Deontay Wilder moving on from Tyson Fury. Knuckleheads, welcome to the Fighters Rep, where we give you free fights, interviews, and fight commentary from the mind of a promoter / attorney. So, we had a subscriber come on the channel not too long ago and pose the question, what's going on with this Wilder versus Fury fight? Is this thing going to happen? And it got me to thinking, and it got me to do some more researching and watching the most recent content that's coming from both sides. And I think we can come to a conclusion based on what Bob Arum's been saying and based on what Deontay Wilder just said recently in a podcast that he was on, I think within the last 24 hours. So Bob Arum is saying, hey, hold on, even though I think the contract clearly indicates that Wilder's not going to get the trilogy fight and that the time to do that has expired, and Bob Arum's an attorney, so I believe him on that, but he's saying that despite that, if Pulev can beat Anthony Joshua on December 12th, then Anthony Joshua is going to have a rematch clause with Pulev, and so that's going to force most likely a trilogy fight with Fury and Wilder, since Anthony Joshua will no longer be on the table. But if Anthony Joshua wins that Pulev fight, which a lot of us believe he's going to do, although it's not a foregone conclusion, then Anthony Joshua will be taking on Tyson Fury next. Also, to kind of complement that, right? Deontay Wilder just recently went on a podcast. I think this was in, the last 24 hours or so. He was asked, of course, about the allegations he's made against Mark Breland and against Tyson Fury and so on and so forth. And he stuck to his guns on that. So, it looks like he's just going to stick to his guns on that, whether you believe it or not. But an interesting thing came out in the conversation. He indicated that he's looking for other opponents, that he's not going to wait on the coward, referring to Tyson Fury, to live up to his obligation. And I think what that indicates is, he knows that he doesn't have any leverage because he probably knows now what's in that contract. But he did say that he's looking for opponents, and some of the opponents mentioned were extremely interesting. He mentioned guys like Dillian White, Andy Ruiz, Robert Helenius, Joseph Parker, and Alexander Usyk. These are all fantastic fights. He says he wants to fight or would love to fight Usyk, but he mentioned these guys, all of them, as being guys that are on his list, and he indicated that when the phone rings, just accept the opportunity. So for me, this is extremely exciting because now we're going to get to see Deontay Wilder in a different stylistic matchup, which is, something I'm really looking forward to, considering, he's spent the last couple years fighting Tyson Fury. I would love to see him fight one of these newer, fresher heavyweights, somebody who isn't a Luis Ortiz or a Tyson Fury. So knuckleheads, this is interesting stuff, and I think it indicates that what Bob Arum is saying is in the contract is actually in the contract, and that Wilder doesn't have the next shot at Tyson Fury. That being said, of all these opponents that Deontay Wilder mentioned, my question to you is, who do you want to see him in there with? I'll be honest with you guys. I would like the Dillian White fight the best because I think the build-up will be incredible. These guys really dislike each other. And also, I love Dillian White. He's one of my favorite fighters, if not my favorite fighter. So I would love to see Dillian White versus Deontay Wilder. But tell me what you guys think. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification icon next to it. Join Knucklehead Nation, the most educated fight community on the YouTube, the dopest fight channel on YouTube, where when you support us by subscribing, liking, and purchasing your dope Fighters Rep shirt from the link below, we also got hoodies, masks, and tank tops. You're not only helping me build the channel by doing that, but you're also helping me build the only kickboxing promotion that matters. Also, I just wanted to tell you guys, man, we have had over 150 people sign up to fight on the next Fighters Rep card. This thing is getting insane. I can't wait to unveil some of the names that have signed up to fight for us in the future. I think you guys are going to love what we've got in store for you. But anyway, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. We'll talk soon.